Welcome back to Downstairs and Dragons, where we play D&D in our basement as per tradition. Of course, you can play wherever you want, with whoever you want, and this is who I'm playing with. We have Dieter playing Kieran, Josh playing Ixlador, and Adler playing Phlebotomus. We just completed a whole dungeon and beat a boss, and now it's time to see what loot was in that altar you guys destroyed. I know you guys went and rested, but let's talk about the loot.
Yeah,
so,
loot!
You do know that altar was draining magic out of the items in it and using that to power the mythal. So a lot of the items you're finding in there are deteriorated, mostly drained, and don't function anymore. So I'm about to give you guys a bunch of items that are half working. One of them... Okay. One of them looks a lot like a branch staff. It looks like a staff of awakening, but you're not sure how much magic is left in there, Phlebotomus. You want to write that one down?
Yes.
You find a couple rods, a couple wands, and we can identify those later. And you find a leafy green cloak. Let's see what else you find. You find a folded up fan. You find... Oh, I think I grabbed the wrong one. You find a necklace. Actually, you find another robe, and you find a potion. And you find a bottle. So you find several things that we can go over in a little bit. Ooh, and some rocks.
Nice, I love rocks.
Math rocks.
So let's talk about the money you guys got. 20,000 silver pieces.
Whoa.
They're just full of silver. Wow. 50 silver chased goblets. Let me know when you're ready for the next one.
Okay.
20 gold-plated statuettes.
Okay.
40 embossed silver chalices and servings.
Okay.
80 pieces of jewelry.
It's okay.
50 mother of pearl pieces.
Okay.
A jade placard of Zotzilaha.
Okay.
And a marble statue of Zotzilaha.
Okay.
Alright. So you guys gather these things up, and it's time to rest. So you look out over this ruined city that's been dug up by all the roots of the oak tree. And it's tons of hills and valleys and forest and sprawling ruined city that you couldn't see before as it was all buried. You can tell that the city would have been much larger, had a lot more homes and farms and shops, but it's all the major main city buildings that have been uncovered here, and that's what we're going to be exploring today. But you guys found yourselves a somewhat built building, nestled down into it, and rested for the night. Is that right?
Correct.
Okay. So, let's say it's the next morning. And if my math is correct, I think today is either Alicia's 6 or 7. Don't quite remember. You guys left on Alicia's 1. It took you 2 days to get there, and then you were in the dungeon 3 days. So I think it's Alicia's 6. So, how would you like to start the day? Is there anything someone has planned already?
Yeah, first things first. My beard does not grow visibly thicker. Second thing first, I am gonna try and identify all those magic items.
Okay.
That's...
And you're just gonna do that with rituals?
Yeah.
Let me throw some of these at you.
So that's gonna take like an hour and some change.
Yeah. I'm gonna go ahead and throw all these at you. And then I'm gonna tell you about some of the items.
Alright, do you want me to read them off?
Yeah.
Alright.
So you're telling this to your party as phlebotomist.
Now, let's see. We have a wind fan, which will let you cast a gust of wind spell once a day. We have a necklace of prayer beads, which each bead has a different magic spell that you can cast it as a bonus action. There's quite a lot of good ones here. There's a cloak of Elvenkind, which makes it harder to see you and makes it better for you to sneak. There's a dust of disappearance, which lets each creature and object within 10 feet of you become invisible for 2d4 minutes. A filter, is that filter? Filter of love. The next time you see a creature within 10 minutes after drinking this filter, you become charmed by that creature for 1 hour. If the creature is of a species and gender you are normally attracted to, you regard it as your true love while you are charmed. So we have a love potion. And we have a robe of useful items. Very interesting. So it has various patches of shapes and colors attached to it. You can use an action to detach one of the patches, causing it to become the object or creature it represents. Once the last patch is removed, the robe becomes an ordinary garment. It has 2 of each of the following patches: a dagger, a bullseye lantern, a steel mirror, a 10-foot pole, a hempen robe, a sack, and 4d4 other patches. The DM chooses those or chooses them randomly. And those are our items.
I'll have to decide that later.
I'll take the fawn.
I'll take the prayer beads.
Alright.
Actually, I kind of want the robe as well.
Sure.
What else we got?
We have the Filter of Love, the Dust of Disappearance, and the Cloak of Elvenkind.
When I have that cloak and the love potion.
I'm not sure I should give that to you. I'm
Thank
going
you.
to anyways.
Alright, there we go.
I guess I get the Dust of Disappearance.
Seems like a very you thing to take.
Yes.
So, the staff that looks like it was once a staff of awakening has had most of its energy drained. It no longer can awaken trees and flowers and plants and shrubs.
Oh.
What it can do is it can make those things mobile. So you can basically cast this on a tree and you can make that tree walk. It's just for concentration with the staff. So like you walk it as far as you want it to go as long as you're sitting there and concentrating on it.
Oh, I also have some things.
Also, you can do it instead of a tree, you can do a 5 by 5 foot patch of like grass and shrubs and brush and stuff.
Okay.
But yeah.
That's still pretty cool.
The rods and the wands. There's a rod of, how do I put this? It's the rod of the road. It does basically stone wall, but it does it in a flat surface and it doesn't deteriorate. So, I mean, it could deteriorate over time, but it doesn't deteriorate after like the 10-second duration or whatever. So it's something that people use to make roads.
Very useful.
Yeah. There, I have to think about what the others are. Go ahead and say what you were going to say.
Well, you remember those beetles?
Mm-hmm.
I've got 3 turquoise, a dagger, and a pair of boots.
Oh. And you want to identify those two?
Yes.
Sorry, I have to remember what room
The
they're in.
dagger just looked weird, if you remember.
I do remember. It was quite a strange item.
Beetles, 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 where are you? Ah, where are the beetles? Is there no picture of beetles anywhere? Hold on, I just sworn there was a picture of beetles, but let me just check. They're in room 25. Room 25. Treasure. Large turquoises, a +1 dagger that looks like junk. That's it. It's a +1 dagger.
Well,
It's
that
not
was it.
bad.
When used, it will slowly deteriorate until it eventually doesn't exist anymore.
Oh, I see.
If you get a natural 1 while using that dagger, it breaks and becomes non-magical.
Well, I tell you what, we could always just sell this to someone and not tell them about it breaking.
I bet if you're looking to sell it, you get fix it up.
I guess.
The restoration on a magical piece of ancient elven
Artifice.
artifice. Right.
Yes.
Aye.
So the boots, if I remember right, I think Phlebotomus put them on.
I did.
And they gave you a +5 to your speed and a +5 to your jump.
Yes.
Do you want
Oh, that's
to
right.
cast Identify on them?
Yeah.
They're cursed.
They're not cursed.
Oh.
They have a personality. There is a soul in these boots. It is the soul of boots. It is very scared of violence.
There's a soul to the boots.
Those are two souls.
There's 2 souls in the boots.
Yes.
So,
And what did I name these? I think they're called the boots of nimbleness, but there's another term for them.
so they're not for fighting.
They're for
These
Running
boots
away.
are made for walking.
And
well, that's
running.
just what they'll do.
They basically, in game speak, they have kind of the same effects as fear. If you take damage, you cannot walk towards the thing that damaged you.
Oh shoot!
And I've been keeping track in battles of if that happened, and it never happened. You got damaged by the mythal, but then you walked towards the altar instead of towards the phantom. So I never had a chance to have this affect you in battle, and it was driving me crazy. So now you know that these boots they're skittish and they're scared, but so they're afraid of violence.
I want to give them like a little treat, like a cookie.
You stick a cookie in the shoe and then you step on it, and now you have crumbs in your shoe.
That's just uncomfortable.
Where did you get the cookie?
Does the boots
Rations.
seem particularly pleased?
No, they emit no emotion other than fear to violence.
That's sad.
Are you talking to your shoes?
They have souls.
They're boots. Of course they have souls.
They're also subs.
What?
They're just being walked on all day. You wouldn't be a boot sole if you didn't love getting your shit walked on.
Jeez.
Okay,
You listen to your boots, they might whisper out, "Yes, Daddy."
okay.
I'm uncomfortable.
Jeez, Kieran.
So I'm doing a stealth. No, I think I'm doing a sleight of hand roll when Kieran's not looking to dump the crumbs from my boot into his stuff. Just get
Okay.
it all crummy and gross.
You roll perception.
Oh, I'm taking a nap. I'm fanning myself, laying down in the grass. Just,
Okay.
I got my.
What'd you get?
I got an 11, so.
Yeah, you dump. you dump
That
crumbs
does
in
not
his-
beat my passive perception.
You hear.
I'll just send my bees to eat the crumbs.
Oh, and you see how little bees pick up little crumbs in their little hands and go away.
They have like little knives and forks and they're cutting away at
No, but that would be amazing. Okay. So, Ixildor, you might have an idea of what needs to be done today. You have a book,
Oi.
unless you have any other plans.
Well, the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to assume we're going to start clearing some of these things out, some of these buildings out full of rubble.
The amount of... I think the 3 of you doing that, it would be like a year-long project.
Well, at least the places we're going to explore.
Yes, as you get there, yes.
Okay, so in order to help clear some of that shit out, I'm going to go ahead and cast Find Steed again, and I will bring back Galat here.
Hey.
So,
So now we have a pack deer.
you, this time, sneaking around the rubble, through the rocks, you hear the click, 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 and it comes through, and you see the head bow down and the horns come through, and you have your big stag again.
Hey, buddy.
Oh, you died, didn't you?
Got better.
He did, yes.
You did get better.
And how's Phlebotomus Jr., actually?
Blood Junior. He's not doing great.
Okay. So you're gonna spend some time rebuilding him?
I think that might be a good idea.
Okay.
We'll see about that.
We'll
He's
work on
gonna hang out in the hat for now.
Okay.
Oh,
Doppelganger.
right.
You have to feed him. He's in the hat.
Good berry. Everybody eat up.
Are you gonna go in the hat and feed him?
Oh, aye.
Okay, so we'll just count him as fed.
Okay.
Alright. What's next?
I'm just gonna pinch the doppelganger's cheeks.
Go.
How far do these stretch out? You got stretchy skin, right?
Yeah. And they actually stretch pretty far, and then it stops about
That's
the foot out.
incredible!
Only because I forced them to do that.
Well, you gotta get some exercise, otherwise you won't grow your roots properly.
Has he pissed himself in there?
Have you pissed yourself in there?
Oh.
Aye, he has.
Should we let him clean himself up?
Well, he'll just run away.
Can't you
So
cast...
close the door to the hole for the hat and let him clean himself up.
Well,
Alright.
can't you just cast your magic druid craft or whatever to make it go away?
You make the smell go away.
Temporarily. I'll just bury his shame. Alright, close up the hole.
Okay.
You're gonna undig him?
Listen up, you. I'm not gonna unbury you. I'm just gonna shuffle you around a bit so you don't get bed sores.
Oh, I understand.
So I shuffle him up a bit, whatever soiled soil is touching his skin is no longer touching his skin. I'll put like a nice cavity around his ghibli bits so that when he does need to go next, it doesn't stay on him, you know what I mean? It's like a negative diaper.
Sure.
Alright.
We're being considerate.
Are you done?
You want some water?
Yes, please.
Decanter of endless water. I'll just dump it into his mouth.
Yeah, he takes his drinks
There you go.
and drinks as much as he can.
And then I'll just dump some on his head. It's bath time, you stink. Jude craft a fart smell in front of his face.
So...
See, it really doesn't pay to be bad, does it? Look what it's gotten you. Well, don't look at me like this. You only got yourself to blame.
How else does a doppelganger live?
Mr. Doppelganger, I have a question. If you wore a belt of dwarven kind like mine, would you also grow a full and luxurious beard?
I am sure I would.
Would he be permanent?
No.
So your magic cancels out the belt's magic, then?
It should.
Can you grow a beard as good as or better than mine?
You watch him do it immediately.
He does have your beard.
I don't think that's better than mine.
I'm telling you right now, it's better than yours.
Well, just because it's all braided and nice. And
That
mine
that
is
makes it.
horrible.
That's
and
that's better.
Well,
I mean, it's coming
He
in.
could transform into a full-blown dwarf.
I don't believe you.
No, he definitely could. He is.
It's
a
kind of his
doppelganger.
deal.
Well, he's a doppelganger kind, not a dwarven kind, so...
He looks more like a dwarf than you do.
Well, I haven't beat, so there.
Oh, sure, right.
Whatever makes you feel better, buddy.
Okay, well, I'll make sure that clean air gets circulated in there with Druidcraft just poofing it in the hole.
Yep, that gives him some fresh air to breathe so he stops panting, and you've taken care of your prisoner.
Okay,
You guys have spent a lot of time.
sit
I would-
tight.
I'd say it's
Don't
been
go anywhere.
2 hours.
Yeah.
So it's 10 in the morning.
Yeah.
And you guys are just hearing things that you didn't get to hear before when you were here. You're hearing bird song and you're seeing blue sky and clouds and sun. Stuff that definitely wasn't here before.
I do kind of miss the purple sky though.
The purple sky was cool.
It had its charm, but I'm glad it's gone.
Are there any trees near us?
Not in the part of town that was undug, no.
Okay, any grass at all or any plants?
No, only stuff that would have been left up on the...
How far would I have to go to find a tree?
Gosh, like an hour walk? No.
Shoot. Okay, never mind that.
Because right now, you guys are in like downtown right now. As you go farther out of town, there's going to be more and more forest and more and more trees.
Did you want to make a fire? You got that stick there.
No, I wanted to have a tree carry me around like a sort of throne.
I mean, we've got that elven vehicle.
That's not quite a throne, though, you have to admit.
But
Well, a tree's not cool.
it's just us here. Why do you need to be carried around on a throne right now? Wouldn't you rather be carried around on a throne in front of a bunch of people?
You know, you have a point there.
I know I do.
Let's move on. Let's get away from all this silliness.
So what's first on the agenda? We're looking through buildings.
That, yes. I do have my guidebook here that can help us maybe give us an idea of where we need to go. No visual map, no.
I can draw you one on dry erase board while you read that.
Do you want the whole blown message or do you want just a basic synopsis?
Read it, I wrote it.
Okay. A metropolis for all elves in the center of several elven regions, where any type of elf can seek home, community, knowledge, or fortune, and each type of elf is protected by the noble Sardana. This guide will outline what you need to know about the city to not get lost and not get in trouble. Each district has something special to offer. Be sure to read about them all. The city is divided into 12 major districts. The minor districts are subject to change and as such will be briefly described. The center of the city is a large open space where one can stand and see all the natural marvels of the landscape. From the snowy spires of the small mountains to gushing waterfalls, flowing rivers, and the mirror surface lakes, all surrounded by thick jungle and bright crystal rock formations. Each district is like a city of its own, with residents, main commercial streets, shops, towers, factories, clinics, schools, and temples. But each district has a theme of its own and a focus on a certain aspect of life. The majority of people living in those districts will live lives around its theme, but of course there's always a variety of elves in each district. The air in all parts of this city is fresh and clean. Some winds even carry songs from the cliffs, and mists around the waterfalls spray rainbows in every direction. Towers spiring up all over the city, but none are as tall as the ones you'll find in the Ariel district. Try not to stare and gawk at the winged ones flying in the sky. Sardana is one of the rare roosts for Ariel. Not everyone in the Ariel district is winged, but the area is dedicated to Angevin and her sky. Many scientists and tinkerers can be found running errands between their projects, and the most famous factory is the Storm Center. With good timing, you may be able to catch a concert in the amphitheater. If you're not into elf-built wonders, visit the Singing Cliffs and listen to the wind songs as the breezes pass through the rock formations to make music. Follow the paths up the mountains even further, and you can cross into the Ernodal district. Get a taste of the brisk mountains climate and rumbling of a strong river current hurtling down a cliffside. This is the land dedicated to Tarselius. Oh Lord.
Those are the names of the gods. Tarselius Miniduin.
That. The steep hillsides covered in striped minerals, exposed gems, and strong trees are filled with hidden homes, burrows, workshops, and high-altitude caves. If you're a snow elf and you tire from a long journey, this may be the place for you to rest. If you're from far away, you may have encountered someone from the Ernodal district on a pilgrimage to a sacred elven mountain across Wyrm. Or maybe another journey is what you're after. Do you come to Sardana in search of answers? The Cyan district is famous for its observatories, drum palaces, and divination dens. Most of the denizens of the shady and beautiful Cyan district revere Sehanine Moonbow. If you're a night traveler, you can thank the moonlit lanterns on the streets to the influence of the goddess of the moon. The sky has another guardian standing high above the city. In the Irakor district, is the sprawling reservation of plant life with the great oak tree at the center of it. The symbol of Rilithane Ralathiel's influence on the balance between civilization and nature in Etede Seldarine. The winding paths of the Aqua district are frequented by the druids, variety of druids, farmers, herbalists, and naturalists. The homes are surrounded by parks and wildlife and are within walking distance of the greatest food market in Etede Seldarine. Even more wild is the nature of the Ares district. Careful wandering down wild paths in this district, as you can encounter any number of wild animals. You wouldn't want to cause any of them harm, as each living creature is under the protection of Solanor Thelendina and his followers. You'll want to keep mind of the event schedule, as regular sacred hunts and challenges are performed in the Ares district that can last several days. Taking objects from the nature in the area is strictly prohibited and strongly enforced by magical contract. The beauty of nature can be admired in a more cultivated sense in the gardens of the
Zelasian.
Thank you. Littering or defiling the beauty of this district will bring upon the wrath of the followers of Hanli Selanil. Come to this part of the city to enjoy theaters, ceremonies, flower viewing, home tours, and wedding rituals. While the Zelasian district welcomes those seeking private affairs, there are designated spaces of consent for this type of activity. If everyone can follow a strict code of etiquette, then everyone can have a great time.
Did you hear that, Kieran?
Yeah, Kieran.
Well, nobody's
That's the
living there right
district
now.
where there's orgies.
Oh,
Rivaling the gardens of Etede Seldarine are the aquariums of the Delalu district. Several reservoirs deposit from the rivers into a valley. Marine wildlife, as well as a variety of animals, live comfortably in an expansive zoo between the homes of this area. A large saltwater lake mirrors the sky and soaks up the sun for warm waters and a comfortable coral ecosystem. As tempting as it might be, swimming, bathing, or even touching the waters of this district is punishable by law if you do not have explicit instructions and permission from the representatives of Deep Seshilas. The Delalu district is a perfect place for sea elves to rest on their journeys over the land between sea elven cities. Each district has its specialties and knowledge, but much of this is stored, replicated, and taught in the Rise district. This region, dedicated to Labeless Enoreth, houses several libraries with all the knowledge elves could think of saving, often visiting the libraries of the students that inhabit the Rise district.
Before you go any further, I thought you were going to talk about each one in between them, so I get why you feel like reading them all is a lot. So if you want to take a break and talk about the ones you already found, that's fine.
Okay.
Okay, so obviously the one you're reading right now is when you guys went to the library.
Mm-hmm.
And obviously the Delalu is where Kalkahila went. Right, and then Arial is where the storm, where you guys are staying right now, is the Storm Factory. What else did you read? You read Xyloscent, which is the...
that's the orgy place.
Yes,
Yeah.
it is.
Cian is... Okay. Do you remember when you guys went through the room with the mirrors?
Yeah.
That's where that was.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh, great.
I might need a refresher on that one. My memory.
That was like the disco room.
It had a really big ball of miasma that expanded.
Oh, was that the room? Okay, yeah, I know what you're
It's
talking
the
about.
ball.
Okay, yeah, you're right.
Ernadel to Tarsilis Miniduan. You guys went through a hallway. Not just a hallway. The room right before you met the spider. It was like you guys could see all of the mountains surrounding the area.
Mm-hmm.
And it was like every major elven mountain is visible from that room, just on the murals. That room is in that district.
Oh.
Because that's the god of mountains and springs and rivers and things, so of the land itself.
Mountains and springs and rivers and things.
Now, if you look on the back of each note card, I actually just summarized it.
Oh,
So you don't have to read the whole thing when Josh is done.
So how many pillars are there that
Those-
we need to work on?
well, there's 12 total.
1,
And what have you done so
3,
far?
4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11.
Yeah, you'll find out why.
12.
No, the black isn't. No. Why don't you go ahead and continue reading them?
Okay. There are several workshops dedicated to learning and the effort of trading time for experience. If you're the clumsy or unlucky sort, this is an area you might want to avoid. Wasting the time of others who are hard at work or deep in focus can have its punishments here. While the rest of the city is bustling with music and city noises, the streets here are silent except for the occasional lark song flying over or wind blowing the leaves on the trees. Some adults seek out quiet inns here to meditate, but children and pets are strictly disallowed from several establishments. That's a lot. There is a few more that we want to explore probably at some point, but do we want to get a start on maybe some things that I've already gone over?
Well,
I will be honest with you both. I heard the biggest food market in Star Falls, and I tuned everything else out.
Of course you did.
which one are we in right now?
Ariel.
That one.
Well, let's go to the Aracor district and try some cuisine.
There's no...
Nobody's open. I hate to burst your bubble.
No one's here?
No, there's nobody here.
They might have left their
Although,
stalls.
I don't think you'd want to eat any of that food,
Wait.
as it's probably
Wait.
a century old.
Wait. They did probably leave behind their recipes.
That's what I'm thinking. And I think you may enjoy that.
But, yeah. I think I will. Let's go take a look.
Let's go there.
Now, the city is so big that searching every single building in a district will probably take you at least a day. So would you like to take the day exploring the Aracor district?
Yeah.
We can look through every bit of this city.
No, it's a huge city.
Time's on our side.
Give me the Aracor document, please. Card. No, it'll take you a whole day. It'll take you a whole day.
Sure.
You already have the pillar of this one. It is the oak tree that you planted at the top of the temple.
Mm-hmm.
So this pillar's already completed.
How did we get over here?
You went there on purpose to go sleep there.
I remember
Write a
now.
check mark on the district where you have the mythals filled in.
Yeah, I can do that.
No, I was meaning on the map. But
Okay, we can do that.
But not all of them are on the map. That's the problem.
well, just the ones on the map though.
I'm just gonna put it right here. Boop.
The cards are fine.
The cards are meant to be the map. You're supposed to lay out the cards like a map. That's what they are. Okay.
Okay.
I told you guys I wasn't making a map ahead of time, so
Okay.
okay, so the Aracor district is where they mostly worship Relent and Ralathil. You already have the oak tree planted. There are parks, farms, orchards, lots of homes, druid circle spaces, dorms, and then the largest food market. And lots of roads that lead out to the farmland.
Is that a wet dry marker or a dry erase marker?
Dry erase marker.
Oh, alright.
But yeah. So you guys have already been here. If you would like to search for loot and for items and for things, you may
Sure.
roll investigation or roll investigation, but then also roll perception for me.
Investigation first.
Yeah.
$11.
12.
18.
Okay. Ixlador, reading the Old Elvish in the Stone and kind of understanding how a high elven city is built, he's actually able to take you to where he believes the different bakeries are in the downtown section of this town, and he's able to find you the very destroyed remnants of a recipe book. You maybe can get a few pages out of it.
Alright.
Can you mend it?
Do mending.
I'm not sure how much of this it will recover. Information is a little different, but I'll try some mending on this.
Some of the pages come back in, but there's no writing on them.
Oh.
Right. Well,
But there was a different district where things are documented and kept. They might have better luck. If you guys would all like to roll perception.
Natural 1.
God.
Oh.
3.
25.
Oh, thank God.
You guys find a lot of areas where there's like, it looks like this was a clothing place where they would weave different cottons and flax and things into fabrics. So while you guys are kind of like, oh, whatever, this isn't important, Kieran knows that you can always find gems in hat shops. And does manage to find, out of all the crumpled fabric and torn, destroyed hats, does find a remaining helm. So there's a helm that you found.
I put it on.
And
You're cursed again.
I don't know if it requires attunement because
It does not.
didn't find it. It does not.
I remember the stats.
Okay, go ahead and just go with it.
It's a hat. It's like kind of a leather kind of helmet sort of bit.
It looks leafy.
Leafy, leathery.
I'm going to take my 10-foot pole and poke it while it's on your head.
It's slowly turning yellow.
Oh, yes, it is. Because our Eladrin here turns all of his clothes slightly yellow.
That's the thing.
Isn't yellow summer? Didn't you say spring earlier today?
Yellow is spring, green is summer,
Oh, I thought green was spring.
red is autumn, and white is
I thought yellow
Winter.
was summer.
I thought yellow was summer as
Yeah,
well.
I thought so too.
I think you're wrong.
things are starting to grow in spring, but they're fully grown in summer.
We're going to look this up because I think you're wrong.
Right here.
Well, the reason I think you're wrong is because I drew your character in yellow, and I specifically
Aye.
put yellow blooming flowers on your cloak. So...
Yeah, equipment, quick features. Face step. Spring. Use your face step. You can touch one willing creature within 5 feet of you. That creature then teleports instead of you. So,
Hold on. But that doesn't tell me what color you are.
well, we can check it later. But it's yellow.
Summer is yellow. You said summer was green.
Summer is green.
No, it's not. Summer is yellow.
Spring is yellow. Aye.
Is this super important?
Yes, it is, because I want to prove him wrong. He's wrong. Dieter is wrong. I'm going to prove it.
Okay.
It's very important.
Yeah, I'm wearing a red shirt.
Look at that!
And my name
A
is-
green Eladrin. It says a spring Eladrin right there. It says it.
That looks
This
kind
is on
of like
Forgotten Realms wiki. A spring Eladrin.
kind of yellow.
You see that? Spring Eladrin.
So is Wikipedia really like the end
Look at
all
that.
be all?
A summer Eladrin. Look at that yellow. Look at that. It says a summer Eladrin.
That is pretty yellow.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, dude.
It's only a Wikipedia.
Okay. Anyway, so you guys spend the day exploring the Aracore district, and you find this helm, and you just put it on, and the others are like, okay.
Does it
explore-
do anything?
Yeah.
Is it a full helm?
What happened last time he grabbed an item and started using it?
Well, I got cursed.
I'm gonna poke it with my pole again. Does anything happen?
Will you
No.
identify it, please?
Can
Yeah.
you reach it off his head?
It looks like a hat.
I mean, no one's asked for it. It's just a hat, isn't it?
Can I see that hat, please?
Sure.
Is it a hat or is it a helmet?
Helm, but
It's-
it's,
it's
made
like-
out of like a leaf armor.
It's like leaf padded leather and leaf
Okay,
like
I'm-
reinforced bands.
I'm gonna
leather.
take 10 minutes to identify this mysterious helm.
Alright, if
it
you
is the
really
helm
want
of
to.
comprehend languages.
This helm makes everyone else comprehend your language.
Sure.
And I hand it over to him. Should I roll deception?
I'll just pop it on there.
Sure.
Yeah, okay. Deception. 16.
Fully believe you.
Is it not in the stack? I didn't see it anywhere.
Insights. +4. What'd you get? 7?
I got 16.
Banner helm.
I got 23. And I don't care. Alright. Sounds good to me.
There it is. It doesn't look anything like this, but there it is. I'm sorry, I meant to throw that better. I'm sorry, please don't be mad. Okay.
Samantha, why?
Sorry. Okay. So,
That's a funny
not a
looking
super
elf.
exciting district because you guys have already completed it. But what would you like to go to next on the Lycia 7?
Okay, wow.
We have the pillar for deep Sashelas.
Often de la Louche, so you guys could check in with her if you wanted.
Don't really need to do anything in there. We got it all figured out, right?
What are the places that are a mystery to us?
Well, we're right next to Ares.
I
There
think
is.
that's Eres.
Whatever. It's ancient Elven. I'm not my translation's not that
I
great.
think you have to roll the R.
I can't roll my
Ares.
R's.
Me neither. It's okay.
I can't. I'm not blessed with such a gift, unfortunately.
Kieran, can you roll your R's?
Eres.
No, he did it.
Hey, there you go.
Yeah. He's more fluent. It must be the full Elven blood. He's more fluent in it.
That
Yeah.
makes sense.
More years of practice.
So do you guys want to head to the Temple of Solanor?
Yes.
You guys have seen a piece of this. You guys had to fight all the figurines. But you guys head to what seems to be the Temple of Solanor, which is the god of the hunt. And these are temples way bigger than what you've seen in HRIVE TOINA. These are massive open areas that used to be covered, but were destroyed. And as you walk around, why don't we roll investigation for clues as to what they do for their...
Now, guys, remember, if we take anything from here, we will be cursed in some way.
I was already cursed, it wasn't that bad.
I don't
pretty
want to
bad.
be double cursed.
I have a dirty 20.
Oh, what are we doing?
Investigation. I got a 14.
Natural one.
Gives you 6. First of all, while you're looking around, you find several items that you could hand over to Phlebotomist if you would like. But you're looking for any type of clues of what they do for the mythal. And unfortunately, you're not finding it clearly written out. This is what we do for the mythal, because it's a very private piece of information that you're not finding anywhere in your tour guide book. So you don't believe it was given to the public.
Well,
So you're looking for secret holes, you're looking for books, you're looking for anything. But you think you might have to start piecing together the information. So I'm going to start giving you pieces. In that card you read, didn't it say that picking up or touching anything that's naturally laid around here is against the law?
Like these things, these items.
No, nature, like
Oh,
rocks,
nature.
stones.
Okay, so if I picked up this flower on the ground here.
Yeah, that would be breaking the law.
Okay, so what happens now that I picked it up?
Interesting. The room seems to flicker.
What have you done?
And in both Ixildor's mind and in Kieran's mind, there's like a beeping, and when you finally stop and look at Phlebotomist, it goes from being boop, 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 boop.
Why have you given me a
And when
headache?
you look at him, there's clearly a red reticle target on him.
Oh, damn.
Huh. I think you set off an alarm.
Please roll a wisdom save.
Me? Okay.
Yes.
We're gonna shoot our brain lasers at you now.
You better get ready.
Yeah, that is gonna be a 10.
Are you within
You
10
are
feet
now
of me?
afraid
Oh.
of Kieran and Ixildor. You feel that they are going to
Oh shit.
they're
If
going
you-
to hunt
if you're
you,
within
they're going
10
to
feet of me,
catch
at
you,
full.
and you need to run. Like a beast in the woods.
I'm gonna hop onto my broom and fly off.
Chase scene
Oi.
starts now.
Oi! Oi!
Ah.
What
Okay, roll initiative.
Why are you running? Why are you running?
Everyone roll initiative, please.
What? Oh, I don't give a fuck. He can fly away if he wants.
Okay. Are you gonna chase him?
Probably for a little bit, yeah.
Okay.
He's on a flying broom. You're not gonna catch him.
Giddy up. I'm gonna hop on my stag.
Does that thing have wings?
Nope, but he runs really fast.
Alright, have fun.
Okay, so what's your initiative rolls?
I got
14.
16.
Okay, phlebotomist, you go first. You travel how many feet?
My broom is 50 feet of speed. So I'm gonna fly 30 feet in the air, then 20 feet forward, and I'm gonna use the dash action to fly 50 feet forward.
Okay. Ixidor, what do? You jump on your
I'm
deer?
gonna hop on my deer, who also has a movement speed of 50 feet, and will follow.
So you're staying under, if not ahead of him.
Mm.
Did you want to do anything with your turn instead of dashing?
If I'm underneath him, I'm gonna take the hook of my halberd and just.
Well, he's 30 feet above you. You can't reach him.
Damn. I have rope.
Do you?
I have rope.
Okay.
I'll take a lasso him down.
Pick a skill that you would roll for something like
That'd definitely be
Martial
animal
weapon.
handling, wouldn't it?
Okay, martial weapon. Roll to...
Oh,
Are
okay.
you proficient in those?
Yes.
It's the paladin.
Okay, roll to hit.
For the strength-based attack? Yeah.
Yeah.
It's more of a thrown item, so I would think dex.
Well, I mean, like a javelin's
Well,
a thrown item.
Well,
It's
right, but it's a precision. Like,
Well,
it's,
that's
you have to
thrown
get the...
property, wouldn't it?
Yeah, but there's a lot of weapons that.
I'm gonna
Well,
say
I mean,
dex.
That's strength,
Okay.
isn't it?
7.
What's your AC?
More than that.
Okay. You don't catch him.
I have another attack.
Okay, go ahead.
18.
This entire time, I'm just screaming at the top of my lungs. That hits. That hits.
Okay, yeah, rope grabs around you, and you are now pulled taut
Ah!
while you're floating in the air like a dog on a
Would you
leash.
quit being an idiot? What is your problem?
Is it my turn?
Yes.
I'm gonna try and cut the rope with my +1 dagger.
Okay. Roll to hit? To see if it actually does damage, I suppose. Yeah.
So that's a dex. I'm gonna say that is a 14 on the rope.
The rusty dagger, the old one that you found?
No, the one I found that wasn't shit.
Oh. 14 would probably hit rope. Sure.
Okay, it takes a whole action though.
Okay, yeah.
But I don't know if it would cut it all the way through. Roll damage.
Yeah, sure. Dagger, that's a
D4.
Because rope's pretty thick. I mean, could
Yeah.
a katana cut through a rope in one swing?
Probably.
Sharpened katana good, yeah.
Okay.
That's
With
4 damage.
the right technique, but he's like...
And it's more of a
flailing.
a flailing kind of in a hurry deal.
I'm
Yeah.
saying you got it half cut through.
Okay, and I'm gonna try and use the rest of my movement to go 50 feet.
No,
So,
you're still tied to it. You got halfway through the rope and it's
Okay,
like
so I'm
fraying.
just prone. Okay,
Damned.
alright.
I'm going to keep just pulling it.
Okay, roll strength, and you roll an opposing strength.
I'm using my broom. Would that give me any
That is
bonuses
a natural
or-
1. You don't need it.
Okay.
Yeah. Actually, you go to yank it, and it causes the rope to snap.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
Now it is your turn, phlebotomist.
50 feet and the dash action, 50 more feet.
If you get yourself killed, I'm not coming to save you. Okay, fine, die then. I don't care.
You're not gonna go after him?
No, enough with the shroud. I've tried.
Okay, so the fear effect does not wear off for this entire ritual. You feel that you need to run and hide somewhere in the wilderness around here from them.
Okay.
So where do you think they wouldn't think to find you? If you want to roll something like survival or stealth. Stealth would probably be it.
Okay. Alright, stealth, that is going to be a 19.
Okay. You think that because you're shorter than them, you should get down someplace where they'd have to really bend down and look to see where you crawled.
Okay.
So you've crawled up way under some shrubs and you're gonna wait and hide for as long as you can.
I'm going to try and use disguise kit is like a tool, right?
Yeah.
Can I use that without proficiency to try and like disguise myself in like a makeshift ghillie suit with the shrubs and stuff? Like,
yeah, you start like taking
yeah.
leaves and putting them all over yourself, and you start grabbing sticks and.
Covering myself in mud and shit.
Can you roll just a survival check for me?
Oh yeah. That's 15.
Perfect. Okay. How long? You guys are just hanging out in the temple, looking around some more.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, it's been a couple hours, and he hasn't come back. It's quiet, and he is gone.
What trouble could he get into? There's nothing else here.
Which way did he go?
He went that way. Whatever that way is.
Alright, I'm going to hold up my palm.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to have 3 of my bees come and land on my palm. I'm going to
Crush them.
I'm just going to cup them and toss them in the air and cast Giant Insect.
All of a sudden, there's 3 huge, fluffy bumblebees with big, fluffy legs and big, dusty wings, and they're all up in you and all cute, all sitting around you like 3 dogs that love you.
Oi, you remember the little one? Go find him.
What's their survival check?
You got the monster manual.
Oh. There you go. We roll for that.
Giant wasp. That's close enough, right?
Yeah. And then, Ixodor, you're still looking around and you're seeing that there's tons of records of different hunts, like really cool, interesting ones, like was able to detect the scent of someone's breakfast on a leaf and therefore was able to track them around a corner when they had fainted to a different direction, or noticed that a single rock that they knew had been in one place a week ago had moved, so they knew their prey had gone this direction, things like that. So very detailed hunting, tracking information about hunting rituals. And then you also find a lot of really detailed information of thousands of livestock, deer that roamed this area that were all numbered and were almost like they were living freely, but little did they know the elves were cataloging which ones bred with which, and which ones were old and dying, and which ones were sick, and which ones needed to be hunted and culled. So they had very detailed livestock information. And then, what else would you find in this type of temple? But the clues are kind of pushing you towards, they hunted a lot. This is the god of the hunt. And there's archery ranges nearby, but...
Ixodor, you want to go walk the bees?
I can walk the bees, sure.
Go take them and go find Phlebotomus.
Do you think us hunting Phlebotomus, we can use him as the new pillar for the mythal?
I just wanted to try out my new spell.
That's fair.
Actually, here. Take a handful of bees. I'll just, toss them at you. All of the half foot away from you are.
Mm-hmm.
And cast fly.
Oh, even better.
And they're just going to cover you and lift you up. And you fly.
They grab the corners of your shoulder plates on the armor and lift you, and you're just like...
These are from very strong bees.
Yeah, just point where you want them to take you.
Okay,
Roll survival for your bees.
They get a whole +0.
Okay.
I will also make a survival check.
15.
I'm working with them.
8.
14.
13.
So you start by going off in the direction that Phlebotomus went.
They will assist you.
Okay.
That's what they'll do.
Okay, roll again.
16. How many do you have? You have 3 bees?
Mm-hmm.
16. Natural 20.
There you go.
Hey.
Okay. I'm going to give you some hints here. You are out in the woods. You went off in that direction. And there's no sign of Phlebotomus at all. No sound. Nothing. So I'm going to give you a couple options. You can go the direction where it would have required someone to climb over some logs to go that direction. There's also another direction that's a very steep hill, so someone would have to basically walk on their hands and knees to go through that part. And then there's another direction that goes down around a river and crosses that stream. Out of those three, which do you choose? The trees, the hill, or the water?
If I were phlebotomist, I would want to go someplace with lots of big things I could hide in. There's a place with logs. You can hide in a hollow log. Sure, I'll go in that direction.
Okay, so you start going the direction where most of the trees have like grown and tipped over and grown and tipped over. And you head in that direction. Now you have more options. There's lots of fresh new growth. Small trees growing up and big fat... Oh, sorry, let me change the flowers. The background. Big fat leaves. Where is it? Rainforest. There we go. That's spread out in like big umbrella shapes. And then you have another direction where the leaves are much thinner, like palm fronds or fern fronds. And then you see where the brush is so thick it actually seems to connect with the canopy above you. So do you want to go for thick leaves, thin leaves, or so many leaves?
Well, let's try lots of leaves.
Okay. You go through the part that has tons and tons of leaves. Can you roll another survival for me?
Sure. Natural 20.
Okay, and why did you go through this part? You saw there was a lot of cover?
Yeah.
Okay. So you guys go through here, and you think there's a lot of options for you to see if you pass through, and you're seeing ripped leaves. Not animal bit leaves, but ripped ends of leaves, like they were snatched up, and you're seeing broken twigs all under the 3-foot region, so like someone reached up and grabbed them. So you're getting a trail that takes you much farther away. Whoa, are you being quiet about your search or no?
He's being followed by 3 giant bees.
That are just... So there's a big buzz.
Yep.
Okay. What's your passive perception, phlebotomist?
My passive perception is 10.
Okay. When you start hearing the buzzing coming, what do? Do you choose to stay there still as quietly as possible, or do you choose to run? Or sneak away? Or attack?
You are lying prone.
I'm gonna stay very still and very quiet and very sneaky.
Roll a new stealth for me. At advantage.
Okay. $19.
Okay. So now back to the hunter. I'm going to give you another few path options. There's a bunch of dry leaves. That's one option. There's a bunch of wet leaves in this direction. And then there's this direction that has no leaves. It's just mud and grass and roots. So dry, wet, or none.
Do I find any tracks?
No survival. You know you're already going in the right direction, so now which way to choose next?
Do I get the bees
Yes.
help?
Yep.
Okay. One more. 21.
Okay. You do notice that the wet leaves seem to be pushed. Not necessarily footprints, but they seem to be like pushed in like kicks.
Oh, like someone was crawling around in them?
Mm-hmm.
We'll go in that direction.
Okay.
But I'm going to try... I will gesture to the bees to silence themselves and maybe crawl up on some trees.
Okay.
Looking for a vantage point.
So, the bees are going to crawl up on the trees around the area. There's not a lot of sight because you went into the very, very leafy area, so they're mostly going to be listening. So you start going forward, and it's going to be kind of hard for you to maneuver through here. Do you want to get low and crawl, or do you want to try to climb up and clamber over all the brush?
It will do the option that will create the least amount of noise.
Flying. Oh, that's right, you're flying.
Mm-hmm.
So you're going to go way up above, and you're going to try to see through the brush, because you believe he's on the ground. Roll perception for me.
With aid from the bees? Because they're listening too?
Yeah, but they're not close enough to you to, like, gesture or point at anything.
Well, they'll buzz.
Roll 1 advantage.
It was a natural 1. Anything is better. What did you want? I'm sorry, survival? Or perception?
Perception.
9.
Unfortunately, that is not enough to meet Phlebotomus's DC. So you do scan as hard as you can through all this brush, and you just keep going, and you don't find Phlebotomus. Eventually, you get far enough away that the bees join you, and you now have to find a new path. Before that, though, Phlebotomus, the buzzing has left. They went over top of you and went the other direction. Are you going to stay where you are or move?
I'm going to get up, and I'm going to cast Alter Self on myself to make myself look like
Myself.
a goblin.
No.
A goblin?
Yes.
Under the leaves?
A goblin in very fine clothes with like a traveling pack.
Does alter self alter your smell or just your look?
Distinguishing characteristics, including sound of your voice, height, weight, facial features, hair length, coloration. I would say smell counts as a distinguishing characteristic.
Okay. And you're just gonna, hang out under the brush looking like a fancy goblin?
No, I'm going to start walking on my way to find a different way out to try and walk away from the direction they're going.
Okay, so we're gonna roll stealth and we're gonna roll survival to find a good hiding spot. What? What's that look for?
I'd argue instead of stealth, I should roll deception.
Well, do you want them to not hear you walking away?
No, you're right. I do want them to
Then
not hear
stealth,
me.
sorry.
So that's gonna be 7 for stealth and a
Roll perception for me, Josh.
Oh.
For all you and all of these.
11 for survival.
Well, knowing Phlebotomus, he's probably hiding very well. So, I will cast Locate Object.
But that only works on objects, not people.
I know. So I will name his tool pack that he's constantly carrying on him.
And you're familiar with it, so okay.
And it's concentration for 10 minutes in a 30-foot area centered on me.
Okay.
And I will go back the way I came, looking for his tool pack.
Okay, but I'd also like you to roll perception for the bees.
Okay.
What was your survival?
11.
Okay. You start heading off to find a different place to hide. And you think that worked. You want more brush over top of you again. What'd you get?
16.
Okay. The bees, who have a fantastic sense of smell as they use it to find flowers, smell something that they didn't smell before. Like death maggots.
Butt sweat.
Yeah. And start buzzing a little bit more violently towards a certain direction for you, Ixeldor. So you're able to go that direction, and right on the edge, you hear the ping, 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 ping. And through all the leaves, you can see the red reticle. You can't see what it's pointing at, but there's a reticle, leaves, and your target.
Perfect.
You know, a straight line exactly where it is.
I will dash
Okay.
in his direction while he's not paying attention, scoop him up by the armpits, and carry him back.
To try to sneak up on him, please roll stealth.
Okay.
And then please roll perception.
I am flying.
Yes, I
So
know.
okay.
Yeah.
3.
7.
You hear the buzzing come very fast. But all I'm saying is that's not a sneak attack, so now just roll grapple.
Okay.
And an opposing grapple, please.
Okay. Opposing grapple, that's strength.
Yeah.
Now, does the fact that I'm a goblin and not a phlebotomist cause any effect to the
It
roll?
doesn't change your stats,
Okay.
it just changes your appearance.
18.
15.
You are grabbed by a big elf who can fly, so he doesn't have to use his arms for anything else.
Why are you green now?
I don't know what you're talking about. I am a goblin.
I'm not a fucking idiot.
I am goblin Ken Jones.
I know it's you.
Yes, it is I, Goblin Ken Jones.
Okay, why are you carrying my friend's tools on you?
He gave them to me.
Idiot.
Goblin Ken Jones.
I'm going to carry him back.
You now have a target, like a waypoint, pointing you back to the temple. So you fly with the squirming goblin who's still afraid of you. Actually, here's I want you to roll a wisdom save on if you. Okay.
While I'm carrying him back, do I have
16.
Okay.
Oh, I
What
don't
this
have
means
that.
is you don't give up. So now there's some animals who, when you catch them, they just give up. They go into shock. They freeze.
Yeah.
You do not freeze, but you are still frightened. See, I will let you fight it a couple times. What were you gonna say, Ixildor?
Never mind.
Okay. So if you want to fight the grapple halfway back, go ahead and do that.
We are 60 feet in the air.
That's up to you.
I'm going to fight the grapple. I got it 11.
19.
Okay, it didn't work. So you guys fly back to the temple and you hear the buzzing coming, Kieran, and you see a goblin in Ixildor's arms just.
He thought he was clever.
The goblin's wearing the nicest clothes you've ever seen.
You see the reticle on him as well.
You there, free me! I am Goblin Ken Jones.
Oh, right. I mean, what do you want me to do?
Now, do you guys remember the figurines that showed all the life processes of a deer? The killing, the gutting, the skinning.
Aye.
Now, while you can do a ritualistic version of this, you must now use every part of the phlebotomist.
I'm just going to direct the bees to just pick up phlebotomist from Ixildor, and they're just going to clumsily like undress him, roll him around, toss him, fly him up, drop him, catch him.
First roll of wisdom to see if you give up.
Just give up.
Just let it happen.
So that's 6.
Okay. You feel like I'm dead. I'm dead. This is how I die. And you just give up. and the bees hold you and you just they're gonna bite my neck and I'm gonna suffocate to death and I'm gonna die. And your clothes are taken off, your armor, your items, they're all laid down neatly. Your hair is brushed, you guys have to harvest parts of his body.
I am still the goblin disguise during this.
They're going to use their mandibles to like give him a haircut.
Yep.
Yep, they cut the beard and they cut your hair.
Then
Oh, it's just a trim.
No.
And then they're going to lick your face, get all that sweat off.
No.
Quit being a baby.
Not the beard.
Now you have to stretch the skin for tanning, so they stretch them out.
Yeah, one on each arm and one for both
You
of
guys
his
have
feet.
to rub them down all over.
Well, they're
You're
just
not naked, you're just stripped.
I still smell horrible, by the way. Just awful.
So they'll take him and lift him up like that, and then just kind of put him on the ground and like rub him around like that.
Okay, what else do you have to do to a deer? You tan its hide. Your fingernails and your toenails.
They'll just give him a mani-pedi.
They're little teetees.
No.
On all your fingernails, and it's like, I feel their weird nails. And then, this is so horrifying. What else do you do to deer?
You're going to feel better afterward.
You gotta dress him, don't you?
You gotta cook him. He needs a pot of boiling water, of hot water.
We have a big brazier, don't we?
And it needs to be seasoned.
You
got seasoning.
Alright, yeah, I've got some.
No,
Let's,
the elves are gonna eat me.
Well, let's see if we can't pull that well, the basin with the water weird.
Oh, you're right.
That'll do, right?
Do we want to do it with the water weird in it?
Sure, yeah. We'll say, hey, he needs a bath. Just rough him up. It'll be funny.
Okay, sure. Open up the hole.
All right.
Right.
Wind!
I forgot about that thing.
The bees are like, oh fuck!
No, just stay back, bees.
Can I use this distraction to try and...
Yes.
Okay. I am going to use a spell slot to cast Fairy Fire, but I'm going to intentionally fail the spell.
Roll a die 10,000, please.
What is your target?
You can do that with a cantrip, by the way.
Yeah, I need to know what your target is.
You.
Me?
Excelor,
Oh, wonderful.
specifically.
Okay.
Wow, that is dramatic.
Well, wait, it's Fairy Fire. It's a 20-foot cube. Are you both in the 20-foot
You
cube?
probably would be.
Both of them. And the water weird, too.
Yeah.
Yep.
Probably. No, the bees are holding you, so.
Bees are fine.
Yeah.
Net Libram.
Why
Roll
must
die
you make
10,000.
things difficult?
Everyone make your die 10,000 guesses.
It's in character.
2.
49.67.
69.
Just 69.
Just 69.
That's fair. That's fair.
Alright.
Where is it? Here it is. All right.
And while this thing-
3,186.
Damn. About 2,000 off.
That's actually less than 1,000.
31?
Oh wait,
3186.
3186. I was at 222.
Are you wearing any rings? No, you're naked right now.
Well, you've attuned to the ring of spell storing.
Yeah, but I'm naked right now.
He is wearing a ring.
Are there any other rings in the area?
The ring of spell storing.
If we picked any jewelry up.
Oh, you did.
But it would be in the bag of holding,
It
which is
would-
on the astral plane.
Yeah. Okay. Your fairy fire goes into the bag of holding, and then the bag of holding lights up, and then it diminishes.
No, they're gonna eat me and my spell did nothing. No.
Yo, what?
What? I didn't do anything.
There's a tornado in here. I can't hear you.
There's a tomato?
Potato?
Those are New World crops.
Oh,
They
that's a
exist
good
in
idea.
Europe.
We should cook him with potatoes.
No, they're
Yeah,
gonna
what are you
eat-
guys gonna add to the broth?
Hold on. I've got an idea. I'll take out the wind fan, and I'll beat the wind fan. I'll cast Gust of Wind against that tornado to try and neutralize it.
Okay.
And then I'll take that moment and dive in.
Okay. You dive in.
And then I'll lift the thing that's creating the wind
Uh-huh.
and just kind of put it off the side. Alright, it's clear.
Okay.
It's
Yeah, let's hold it up.
Yeah. So the bees come over and they've got phlebotomists and they're trying to hold him over the brazier full of water, and the water weirds like this, who's also incorporated into this ritual now.
Mm-hmm.
And you need seasonings and foods.
Water weird, save me.
Don't you have a
And he
packet of
grabs you.
seasoning?
I do.
Hugs
It's
you and you're in the water weird and
we're doing some sort of elvish ritual just to have fun with him. We need him.
Don't kill him, please.
he fakes
But
boiling.
There you
Like,
go.
it looks
That's
like
perfect. That's perfect.
Oh, you need. Where's the food?
Seasoning.
Oh, I forgot your spice.
I have
thing.
magic spices.
You fill it with very fresh green spices. You are very flavorful afterwards.
I'll take out my alchemy jug. Let's see. What are you thinking?
Here's some nice
honey?
wine. Boil him with some nice wine.
I'll just talk to Miss Weird.
I don't think they talk. In this
They
edition,
speak
they
probably primordial.
do. Okay.
Just nod for yes and shake for no.
But he has the hat, doesn't he?
Oh,
yeah.
that's right.
You can understand-
comprehend languages.
It doesn't have a sex. But yeah. Anyway.
All right. Zer.
Yeah.
That works. All right. What's your preferred pronouns? I have an alchemy jug. I can make. I think so. Acid. No. Basic poison. No. I didn't think on either of those that would be beer. Honey. Mayonnaise. Oil.
Definitely not
vinegar for cooking.
Wine.
Fresh water. Salt water. Wine. Alright. I can make 4 gallons of beer, 1 gallon of honey, or 1 gallon of wine. Alright.
But water. Hold on. Do you have another? Don't put the wine in my water. Do you have another holder?
Sure, that right there.
Well, you find it. You guys have like
It's the basin.
Yeah.
The fire, or the brazier. The fire.
the one that didn't have water in it.
Yeah.
Aye.
You put it in there. You put the wine in there. It's really thick, dark wine. And the water weird like throws phlebotomist up and drops him into it, and he just like rolls into it, and now you're covered in wine.
Fill it up
I'm
with the water, the
flavorful.
decanter of water.
No.
Right?
No, when you cook meat and wine, you don't want to water it down.
Oh, I didn't know if we needed him in a boiling pot yet.
It's a marinade.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
now
Marinade.
yeah.
You know what you're doing. Yeah.
It's true.
So it's
So
like
you-
a dressing.
So you want me
dressing
to roll proficiency plus wisdom for
cooking? Yes,
cooking?
please. Absolutely, I do.
So that would be the same as my perception.
Can I do a strength check to
It's like
try
you've given
and
up.
just rock it back and forth?
19.
Yeah. Go ahead.
19.
19. You're able to
cook
really finish cooking him up and season him, and you're tossing him over, and he's rolling around.
I got a 4.
Yeah, and he's fully covered now. You think that it's a fully soaked piece of meat that is ready to be enjoyed.
Alright, the bees come lick him clean. They'll just pick him up out of it and...
Oh, you're gonna get drunk bees.
Now, as
Yeah,
you
that's
guys
fine.
stop looking in your portable hole and you look up, you realize more and more of this temple is filling in. Not necessarily... It's transparent. Like a visage of the temple is filling in into a beautiful wood-like architecture, and there's lots of trellises and supports that are shaped like deer antlers holding up the ceiling that appears to be made out of leaves. And it's like you're in a sparkling temple as the bees lift phlebotomist and ceremonially eat him by licking him all over.
No,
What the fuck
they're
is
cleaning
this?
me to eat me. No.
Elves.
He glows brighter and brighter with every lick, light coming out of his skin wherever the wine has been removed.
He is the dawn child.
So
The
now,
babe of the new day.
so I'm just this glowing, radiant goblin.
You are glowing so brightly, phlebotomist, that eventually the light is so blinding you can't see anything around you. You are just in a room of pure white.
I'm dead.
We can still hear you.
They ate me and now I'm dead.
You stand there, robed in white even, and you hear a voice.
You're not dead, you idiot.
You hear their voices too. But you hear another voice. Ah, not an elf in the ritual of the mythal, I see.
No, I'm Goblin Kin Jim, and my
You're
friend.
very clearly a gnome in this realm.
I'm Phlebotomist, actually. My elf friends just ate me, and now I'm dead.
You have completed the ceremony of the hunt. While it was not a whole week, I appreciate your dedication to the hunt.
Well, I had no choice in this matter, let me tell you.
Neither do many of the hunted.
You know, you got a point there.
But you seem not like the fellow who would join me in endless hunting for the rest of your days.
You know, that doesn't strike me as very fun, I gotta say.
Do you have something to give me that could keep me company? Something I could hunt or could hunt with me?
Yeah. Hold on. And then I'm gonna open up my bag of holding.
Mm-hmm.
Do you prefer your buddies angry or gross?
Those are the only two options.
Either.
Okay, I'm gonna... Okay, so I'm gonna pull out Blood Jr. and I'm gonna offer him up. This is my son. His name's Blood Jr. and he's basically the best gnome son a gnome could ask for.
You don't see her do this, but you think something is lifting your puppet out of your hands, and it rises and stands on its own. Are you sure?
Well, otherwise, I was gonna dump the changeling out, the doppelganger, the whatchamadinger, but...
I could hunt a doppelganger.
Hey, guys, can you hear me from the beyond?
Yeah, bud, you're standing right there.
You're just as... You're a son. You're a second son.
I'm
It's
dead.
painful to...
I
to
died,
see.
and I'm speaking to you from the other side. I'm talking to the elven god.
Well, we did eat him.
Listen,
We did, yeah.
the doppelganger.
Yeah.
Should I give him in sacrifice to your elven goddess?
What do you think?
It's him or Blood Junior.
Well, he's in your hat. It's your choice.
You make it, bud. I believe in you. You can do whatever you want.
We were going to sell the doppelganger as a joke, but perhaps this is a more suitable way to dispose of it.
I'm gonna dump the doppelganger out of the hat.
So in this realm, you guys see the hat open, and you see Phlebotomus reach into it,
Mm-hmm.
but you don't see anything come out. In your realm, you pull out the doppelganger by the head, and it comes out into this realm and lands in the white room, and it's kneeling in front of you. And he looks around at the white room. What is this?
I think this is elf death. This is what dying as an elf is like.
This is worse than death.
Are you in the happy hunting grounds?
You can't. No doubt, and he slowly starts glowing brighter and brighter as he melds in with the white room, and it's as if he just became part of it.
Wow.
He just became an unwilling petitioner of the happy hunting
Oh,
grounds.
dude, he wanted to die and go back to his freaking...
He wanted to go join his evil death god. We completely denied that of him.
Oh my god.
Well done.
That's way better than selling him as a slave.
Yeah.
That's. I don't have the words to express how happy that makes me.
The voice says, "This will satisfy as entertainment until the next hunting ritual. I will grant you what you need for your mythal."
Yay.
And you slowly, you feel yourself falling down, and you feel the stone under your feet as you land. And you glow less and less, and the room becomes less and less white, and you're able to see what your friends are seeing. It slowly comes into view, and you blink. And you see he's much dimmer as you look at Phlebotomus standing in the middle of this ethereal temple.
Oh, well.
Do you want your clothes back?
Yes, please.
Bees
The bees come and dress you.
forcefully
They're
lift you to
much
dress
bigger
you.
than you.
Did I get smaller, too, when I died?
No.
They're just like that.
They're
Okay.
just like that now.
Okay. That's terrifying. Okay.
What happened?
Well, your friend Phlebotomus, he was quite out of his wits.
I know that.
He came to me.
They are medium-sized,
He
by the
came
way.
to me, Goblinkin
Still big.
Jr. Goblinkin...
Yes.
What did I say?
Buddy, you're
Goblin.
a gnome now.
Did I say Goblinkin Jim?
Yeah.
He came to me, Goblinkin Jim.
First it was Jones, and then it was Jim.
I said Jones.
Would you fucking pick a name, please?
And he told me, listen, I can't do this quest anymore. I'm going home. And he gave me all of his worldly possessions. But I like you guys.
A
I
random
think
goblin.
I think
Why are you here?
I
Goblin
think-
can fuck you, whatever.
First off, I don't appreciate your language. Second off,
Would you prefer it in Orcish?
yes, please.
Hold on. I'll like click a button. I think that's on there. What was it?
Goblin can fuck you.
Gobble can fuck you.
You just said it twice. That's not.
Right, well, that's what it means.
You
That's
hear
how
it
you
in
say it in
Orcish.
Orcish.
Or I can say it in Gnomish. I repeat it in Gnomish.
Gobble can fuck you.
Unfortunately,
Goblin,
I
fuck you.
don't speak Gnomish, being a goblin.
How did you know what I said then?
I didn't. I just knew you were speaking Gnomish.
How did you know that?
I know what it sounds like.
So you know Gnomish.
I don't know what it. You know what Spanish sounds like. That doesn't mean you know Spanish.
What's Spanish?
He's speaking out of character.
Well, whatever the case may be, I've decided I can do business with you. You see, I want to be a goblin millionaire. You help me on my quest.
Should I cast Dispel Magic on him?
That's a good idea.
Alright, I'll do that.
It was either that or Moonbeam for me, which would turn him back into his original form. But
You are now phlebotomist.
Ah.
You're
So,
very clean and you smell good.
And I don't have a beard anymore.
Well, you do. It's just stubble now.
It was a necessary sacrifice.
It'll grow in thicker.
Yes, I guess.
What happened in there?
Yeah, it's, what I said. It was the elven goddess or whatever. Goddess.
Roll religion, both you and Exodor.
It was the elven goddess of the hunt, and she was like, hey, that was a pretty pro move with the hunt. It wasn't a week, but I'll take what I can get. I want something to hunt with me forever, because I don't think you would want to, phlebotomist, being as you're tiny and not outdoorsy. So, why don't you give me something that'll hunt with me instead? And I was like,
20.
well, I
Solanor
guess...
is masculine.
Well, I guess I'll give you Blood Junior, miss, but...
Wait, miss?
Yes.
Solanor is typically depicted as a male god.
Yeah, typically, but...
No, I could be wrong.
Well, it's elven deities.
I mean, they're also gods, I suppose.
Gods don't usually speak to mortals.
That's also weird.
Well, I'm just special. Anyways.
There's plenty of gods that speak to mortals.
Anyways.
Indirectly.
You think?
And directly.
Because whenever you saw her, she was female.
Well, anyways.
I don't think you were speaking to the god.
Oh, that's disappointing.
You may have been speaking directly to the mythal.
Oh, that's quite cool. Anyways, I gave
Just wanted you to know.
her the changeling instead.
Yep.
Yeah,
The doppelganger.
that's what I said.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah.
Alright.
So that's where we are now.
I would have liked to have known how much we could have gotten for it on the black magic market.
I feel like a doppelganger slave is bad because it could just kill you and take your place.
Well, you shove it in a big bottle and you scoop bits of flesh out of it and study the flesh until there's no doppelganger left.
That's
the
just
fuck?
mean.
Well, that's wizards.
Point.
Wizards are scary.
I think this is
yeah,
a much better use of the doppelganger.
You're half a wizard.
Oh,
No!
that's insulting.
That isn't an insult. Apologize.
You're an artificer.
Apologize.
That's
No.
half wizard.
Apologize.
Why?
Apologize. That was an insult.
Have you ever known me to apologize?
I'm gonna take off the glove. I'm gonna throw it down on the ground.
You dropped something.
Do you realize what you've just done?
I demand satisfaction.
Write a letter.
You don't understand what you've just done.
I don't understand what I've just done.
You've just renounced your junior archdudeness.
What? No!
You did it. I can't.
No, can I undo
No,
it?
sorry. You cannot undo it. You can't take it back.
Well, can you reinstate me as one?
I mean, I could, but it requires a great deed.
Aren't you a king? Couldn't you just reinstate it yourself?
I'm a king now?
No,
Or
you're
lord.
You're a lord. You're the lord of snails.
King of Snails does sound nice, though.
Well, you would need to find an emperor of snails to give you that title.
Nice.
Or a king that you could trick to giving you
Well,
his
I'm just
title.
gonna take my glove now. How about, if I say we're fair, can I be Junior Archdruid again?
It's the rules. Like, I have to bestow it upon you as per a great deed.
Why don't you bestow it upon Ixildor for finding me, and then he decides to lease the title to me?
But we already got something in exchange for all of this. That was what we
That's
need for the
equivalent
mythal.
exchange.
Well,
Anyway.
I'll just do another great deed.
Exactly, right.
There we go.
Just keep in mind,
Okay.
you cannot throw your glove on the ground. That's just how it is.
Don't do that again.
I'll write that down in my handy dandy notebook. Do not do that again.
You see more flickering, and you hear a... and it sounds like the same voice you heard speaking to you. But this time it's laughing, and all of you heard it, and then it disappears off into the woods.
Oh,
Was that the mythal?
that was the same
Probably.
voice.
Or was that the pillar?
I think it was the mythal. She found it fun.
Well, let's go check it out.
Yeah, okay.
I think that's what she wants,
It's
right?
dissipated, you don't know where it went.
It went this way.
No, I think it's gone.
Well, mark on our map that we destroyed, we rescued
completed.
We completed. We saved the day.
Sure.
Whatever you want, buddy.
If you want to give me the Irish card, I'll put a star on it.
I have it.
And then we can end the episode with having successfully completed a pillar. So that was super fun.
That was amazing. That was really cool. That was really cool.
What
You
the
think
fuck
so,
was
really?
that?
Yeah,
What
that
the
was
fuck
fun.
was any of that? That
I was like, we're gonna have to fucking kill Phlebotomus and resurrect him or something.
It was just a ritual hunt. It was a ritual.
that whole
It
thing
was a ceremony.
That whole thing was pretty incredible, honestly.
Well, it only took us a half hour to an hour or so. Like, imagine that hunt took hours. I mean, Ixildor was really into it and really looking and really trying, and he had his hounds that were bees were helping him. And then, I mean, a lot went into it on your guys' end. So, thank you for joining us on Downstairs and Dragons. I'm so excited for the next one. So we will see you next time in our basement where we play as per tradition, but have fun wherever you play.